one thing. I want everybody to look at me. I'm going to pass it to Corn after I say one thing. That's a W. Let's eat one. Let's eat one. That's a W. How many people want to eat a W tonight? How many eat a W tonight?
Yeah, it could have been really bad, but you know it wasn't bad today, Brian, and welcome back. It's been a couple weeks.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute. Brian, we have a countdown. We've talked about this before. Every time it's 5-second countdown, and Brian, for whatever reason, likes to start conversations as the countdown starts. And I think that's a game for him, which I'm annoyed by, but I kind of respect it because I would do the same thing. But Brian, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. It's a good way to get things flowing. Usually get a nice smile on your face to start the show, which is great. So I just kind of become, I don't think I ever started, I did it for any reason, and then it just kind of became a thing. So that's what I do now. So
yeah, you're like, all right, how can we just get this going? And then you'll just say something dumb. And I'm like, oh, okay. How am I supposed to not respond to that and also try to introduce the podcast? But anyway, so we had a lot going on in your world today, Brian. And by your world, I mean the NFL world.
Yeah, we did.
Because you are obsessed with it. And which is great because everyone kind of is. But
it gets the most clicks, man. It gets the most views. It's the most.
It really does. I mean, it's America's. Okay, so anyway, so does the Braxton Berrios signing push the Giants over the edge, or?
No, I think that coupled with OBJ and
Juju
Smith-Schuster, then yes, I think the three of them combined. It's kind of funny. Braxton Berrios signed first, and everyone was freaking out. Like, how did he beat out the other two, and then they all signed? So it's basically camp bodies, is what it is. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, but that wasn't the big news. What was the big news, Brian?
No. Big news, which this was supposed to be the A.J. Brown day. This was supposed to be – I mean, you texted us this morning and said, happy A.J. Brown day. That was the big news of the day. It still is, but, like, it did get a little overshadowed.
He's probably so pissed.
Yeah, he probably is pissed. He probably is pissed because this was supposed to be his day. I wonder, do you think Patriots fans are pissed because they kind of got, like, shit on today?
I mean, no. The Patriots are – I don't know. I mean, would you be mad about something like this as like a Bengals fan where you trade for, a high value guy, but something else bigger happened? I don't think I would care that much.
I don't think I would care. I think there is something to, like, let's say the Dexter Lawrence trade happened like the same way, but instead the AJ Brown trade is Dexter Lawrence trade. There is some fun to it being like the talk of sports for a couple days because that's like your team's talked about nationally a lot more than maybe it would otherwise. So there's a little bit where I'd probably be like, shit, well, that kind of sucks. We make the biggest trade in our team's history and no one cares. But no, at the end of the day, all that matters is you get the player that you want or the trade goes, it happens. But
I will say, though, everyone already knew A.J. Brown was going to go to the Patriots. So
that's true. Yeah.
I think that is why it wasn't as big. I mean, if you went to like, any other team, like if the Texans traded for him or something, I feel like it would be a bigger story.
I agree.
But since it was like being talked about for the last, since the Super Bowl?
Like 6 months, or not 6 months, but 4 months. But yeah, since the Super Bowl. I think the biggest shocker with that one is that it took till like 3:21 or 3:21 my time, 4:21 Eastern for it to go through. Like it was delayed 20 minutes compared to when people thought it would go through. I thought it would be like right at 4:01.
4:01, yeah.
Yeah. Mike was sending me a countdown.
Just had to get that extra 5th round pick.
Yeah, Mike was sending me a countdown, 31 minutes until A.J. Brown is no longer a Philadelphia Eagle. And then it went through
3:30,
4:20.
And I looked down.
It
went down at 4:20. Nice. And now we go.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk the big one first. And then we'll go back to
Braxton Berrios.
No, Myles Garrett. I was sending you stuff all morning because stuff was popping up on my feed but it was for the Eagles. That's why I was sending it to you because it was Eagles related. I didn't think this was actually going to happen. Like there was obviously some smoke to it throughout the day, but for it to happen like 2 hours after the smoke starts is kind of crazy. I just couldn't believe it happened. I couldn't believe they actually traded him. when the initial compensation came out for Jared Verse in a first, I didn't think that was nearly enough for Myles Garrett, personally.
Really?
I did not think that was enough for Myles Garrett. I don't know about you, but I mean, I know you're taking the contract on as well, and he's making about $40 million a year.
He's
older.
older.
But he's older. He's 29, 30. But he might be the best non-quarterback in the NFL. Probably is the best non-quarterback in the NFL.
100%.
Like most dominant, game-changing type of player you can absolutely have on your defense. And then when we found out he went for a future second and a future third, as well as the first, I think it made a lot more sense. I think it evened out the trade a little bit more. So I think the compensation actually was about right, because I like Jared Verse a lot. I did see a stat though. Jared Verse has 12.5 sacks in his career. Myles Garrett had more than that, like weeks 11 through 17 last year.
See, like I've heard, kind of both parts, where I have some Cleveland Brown fans in my life, and they were telling me how this is like one of the saddest days since, I mean, it's always kind of a sad day.
They call it the Sadness
Cleveland
Factory.
Fan.
Don't they call it like the Factory of Sadness? Isn't that like their nickname?
I mean, they're named after poop. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
So, I mean, especially after like what happened with James Harden and the Cavs, like the Cleveland's just kind of going through it. But yeah, I mean, if you're the Rams, or if you're a football fan at all, and you don't see how this is unbelievable for both parties, especially the Rams for the next 2 years, because they're going to have Stafford for 2 more years. They're going to have Myles Garrett in his prime for 2 more years. That's kind of all you need. And then you see these videos with like Aaron Donald working out, and I'm like, got some rumors going around that he might come back. And could you imagine?
I actually think he might. I probably think he should. I mean, it would be awesome as an NFL fan for him to come back and play with that team again. Like, it'd be sick and I'm just glad I'm not, like, my team's not in the NFC. I'm not in that division. Like, that, I would be pissed if I was a fan of one of those teams. But if we see them, it'll be in the Super Bowl. And at that point, you always feel like you're going to win it. But it would be awesome. Like, I think it'd be so cool to watch. I think it's hilarious all the memes going around of everyone being like, please no. Like, please do not come back and make this team even more dominant than it already is on paper. But no, I agree with kind of what you said before. I think the trade makes a ton of sense for both sides. Again, for me, it was like the shock that they actually traded him, because he's the face of the franchise. He's what people, he brings in fans, he brings in tickets, jersey sales, all that kind of stuff. Like, he is one of those guys that you think is just untradeable. And I think, as we've kind of seen the last couple of years, that untradeable thing is not, like, the NFL is really starting to make a lot of blockbuster trades more so than they did in the past. I feel like it used to kind of just be the NBA that would do these kind of trades. But now it's like, I mean, it's turning into the NFL. I mean, think about the guys who were traded this year. Jared Verse, I guess, is one of them, but he's not the one I'm thinking of. Myles Garrett, Myles Garrett, AJ Brown, Micah Parsons, Dexter Lawrence. Who is the corner that the Chiefs traded? Trent McDuffie, another one. Like, just big name all-pro players being traded in a single calendar year. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, that doesn't even you're not even counting like the signings, like Saquon going to a division rival 2 years ago, and Kenneth Walker signing with the Chiefs. Like, that's insane. Like, there's just a lot more. Yeah, there's definitely more player movement now. And yeah, I mean this. I kind of forgot that all this stuff happens on June 1st, because all these weird things just go away for whatever reason. And there's like voluntary workouts are going on. So it's just so weird. Could you imagine?
It is weird.
How pissed would you be if you're Jared Verse?
I know, if you're Jared Verse. I mean, he's young and he's about to be in a contract year. He'll probably get paid a shit ton. Like, Cleveland, they'll pay him a lot of money to keep him there, I'm sure, if he has a good year. But I mean, yeah, you go from the Super Bowl favorite to the Cleveland Browns, and like, everyone's pumped that they're trading you away because they're getting Myles Garrett. Like, that. But you're also going on top of it.
But on top of that, you're going from LA to Cleveland.
Yeah, that's true. Like, destination wise, that's tough.
He is from Dayton though, so.
Okay, well then, yeah, he'll be closer to home. He probably. I mean, I'm sure he'll make the most of it, and I mean, I think he's been better than a lot of people thought he would be. He was kind of one of those guys coming out of college that was a little bit not everyone saw it. I guess he kind of fell to the middle of the first round. He was, hyped up as a potential top 10 pick and kind of fell to the middle of the first round, whatever it was. But, he's obviously lived up to the hype. He won defensive player of the year. Had a solid season last year. I'm curious to see how he looks in Cleveland. Obviously he can rush the passer, which is great. His run defense obviously isn't as good as Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett's a freak of nature. I am curious to see what happens in Cleveland and how he does. But man, the freaking AFC North almost had Trey Hendrickson, Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, and TJ Watt, and now it's down to just TJ Watt and Trey Hendrickson, which is kind of crazy.
And TJ Watt, Trey Hendrickson's not that good anymore, and TJ Watt's on the back end.
He's kind of on the back
end of his career.
Yeah. So I have a question for you though.
Yeah.
Actually,
what's that?
So do you think the Rams taking Ty Simpson makes more sense or less sense now after this trade?
It never made sense, but I understand why they're doing it. But now it makes even less sense.
You think it makes less sense?
Yeah, because what are they? All their main guys are going to be past their prime by the time he's ready to go, if he is, and you never know what's going to happen. He could be a stud, and he might be one of those guys who walks right in and can lead a team. And the Rams I feel like the Rams will always kind of be good. It just seems like it's one of those organizations that it's they're kind of like Oklahoma City, where they're just all right, we're just going to re-up. We're gonna trade more picks, get some more guys, and we're not about the player development thing. And maybe they felt, again, when we did the podcast after the draft, maybe they felt like they can get Ty Simpson ready to go when Stafford's ready to retire. Who knows? It just doesn't really make sense. But if they saw something in him, then who am I to? I don't know. They know more than me. That's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, right. Sure, for sure. I think for me, because I think what I said on the podcast was it didn't make sense to me at the time because you traded some assets for Trent McDuffie, which is great because I think that was, hey, we're win now mode. But then you go ahead and you draft a quarterback who might not play for 2 to 3 years because they obviously signed Stafford to a 1-year extension, so he's under contract for 2 years now, anticipating him playing both those seasons. And then you make another all-in it's almost, and maybe this is speaking out of both sides of my mouth, but I feel like it almost makes more sense now because now you made another big trade to bring in another asset. So it's okay taking that flyer on a quarterback who you think can not only maybe win you games as a backup, but also your future. You know what I'm saying? It almost, to me, it maybe makes a little bit more sense in that aspect because it's all right, we made another trade to get us another piece to still get over the hump. We're not going to get our quarterback next year because next year's the big quarterback draft, so we're not going to get him. Let's just take the one that we want now, we feel good about, and then let's go trade for another piece.
That's going to be the best. That's going to be the best pick they're going to have. Okay, correct. So now you swayed me to it makes a lot of sense because they got better. Their biggest flaw this year was their secondary. They fixed that.
Yep.
And now they just upgraded their defensive line.
Yeah.
Which was already pretty good.
Which is kind of hard. It's not hard when you bring in Myles Garrett, but that's not a spot where I think a lot of people are
one of the best offenses in the league with the MVP, with the sack leader, sack record holder. What? It's amazing. They couldn't have gotten better if they used that pick for anything else. So why not? So you just flipped me.
I'm glad I flipped you. I'm glad I flipped you because I wasn't even really sure where I stood on it. But the only thing that I think they could have done differently is, and I think there's only one position where I think they probably needed, a lot of people felt like they needed to upgrade, was one more pass catcher. They have obviously a good plethora of tight ends. So some people threw out Kenyon Sadiq, but then Mekhi Lemon was a big one that ended up going to the Eagles. Just the stuff going on with Puka and Devontae getting older. But yeah, they have an unbelievable 1-2 punch as long as they stay healthy. But that was the big thing.
It's better than they have a better wide receiver core than most teams. Probably top 5.
I completely agree. It just is. That's the only other way I think they could have gone. But if they firmly believe in Ty Simpson, which obviously they do, they spent a top 15 pick on him. And then you go use assets for next year. It kind of makes more sense to me, which I thought was interesting to go from like, it doesn't make any sense at all to all of a sudden it's like, okay, I can kind of see the thought process because it sounds like this trade went all the way back to the draft. This was something that the Rams were pushing for months and they finally got it over the hump. And on the Cleveland side, I think it makes sense. Like, I think it's hard as a fan and to think about trading away Myles Garrett because it's the whole like, it's like the whole meme of like, maybe we can draft a player good enough who can be as good as Myles Garrett, which is probably not going to happen because he is, we throw around generational a lot. He is a legit generational prospect. Like he is going to go down as a top.
He is the generation.
Correct. He's going to go down as a top 10, 15, top 10 defensive player in NFL history.
He's probably one of the best pass rushers of all time too. So
yeah, for sure. Exactly. And so I get it's hard, but when you're paying him that much, you don't have a team that's going to win anyway. Like they're not going to win anything in the next few years. You don't have your quarterback situation figured out. You're still paying Deshaun Watson all that money. Like get as much as you physically can for him. Let him go have a chance to win a Super Bowl, which they're the Super Bowl favorites. So he has a solid chance. I think they were plus 600 today, which is kind of crazy.
They jumped from 850
to plus 600.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's an insane jump.
They
were already the favorites, and now they jumped even further to. It's like they're almost to the point of like Scotty Scheffler numbers when he's like playing in a major
to win a tournament. Yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, and then so like for Cleveland, and then you get a good young pass rusher, one of the better up and coming pass rushers in the NFL. You get a first round pick, you get a second round pick, you get a third round pick. A little bit, maybe a chance to reload at quarterback next year in a good quarterback draft. So like
they have a new coach too, right?
Yeah, and I think that was. I mean, I don't know if you saw it, but God, what's his name? He was the Ravens OC.
Minter?
I'm drawing a blank. No, Minter's the new head coach. What's his name? All right, I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, he got asked if he had met Myles Garrett like a week ago, and he said no. And that's when I think people's wheels started turning because he's like, you've been the coach for 4 months now, and you haven't met your best player. So a lot of people are saying once Jim Schwartz did not take the job or he did not get offered the job because that's who Myles Garrett wanted as the coach. Things might have gone sour after that. I'm drawing a blank. I got to figure out what the hell his name is. Hold on.
Who are you talking about?
Todd Monken. Thank you. God.
Oh yeah.
The Browns head coach.
Where did Minter was the?
He was the Chargers. Chargers DC.
I was thinking Harbaugh. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Chargers DC. But yeah, so I think it makes sense for Cleveland. I load up for next year, get your quarterback that you want, and go from there. Sometimes it's better to rip the tomato. And that's what, again, I'm bringing it back to Bengals because that's one of the best. Like I always harp on the Bengals holding on to their stars way too long when they weren't good. I wish they would have traded some of them away and got some pieces for them. Not that Myles Garrett isn't good anymore. He's still the best defensive player in football. But, hey, I think it makes sense for both sides. So, cool trade.
Yeah.
Fun. Just fun, man.
Really, really is, man. I was shocked when I think you sent me that. I was like, holy shit.
I couldn't believe how fast it happened. That was more what it was. It's like, oh my God, this actually happened. I didn't expect this to happen. So
yeah. I mean, everyone's just kind of waiting on the details of the AJ Brown thing, and no one had any idea what was happening with this. But apparently talks have been going on for a while.
Yep. Since the draft. God, I love that the Rams go all in like this. I love that they just
Me too, man.
They just go for it every single year.
It's like there's some of these franchises in all of sports. You're just like, man, I wish my team operated like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
absolutely.
And luckily,
100%.
like as an Eagles fan, you know, they kind of take swings like this as well. But you know, other sports like other Cincinnati sports and basketball teams, like I mean, I guess the Wizards made a trade, but they traded for my least favorite player. But yeah. So do you think so? Okay, so if you were to pick the Super Bowl winner right now, who would you pick?
I mean, it's gotta be the Rams. It's gotta be.
Who would they play?
If I had to pick today, AFC is a lot tougher. Because I feel like the NFC, you have like you got the Seahawks, you got the Rams as kind of like your two teams.
Eagles.
Sure. We'll throw the Eagles in there.
What?
AFC probably the Bills again. I mean, they got to win it at some point. They have to. I don't.
Yeah.
Not that I necessarily love what they did in the offseason. I think they're gonna catch lightning. No, they don't think they got worse, but they're gonna catch lightning in the bottle at some point. Josh Allen, I think, is too good to not win one. Who is the favorite side of the AFC? Do you know off the top of your head?
It's got to be the Bills or Ravens, maybe the Chiefs.
See, I don't think maybe it's because I'm a Bengals fan, but I don't think I know they got Trey Hendrickson, but I still think they have a ton of offensive line issues, more than people are talking about. I don't think it's the Chiefs. I'm going to look it up.
You don't think it's the Chiefs? Why not?
I think just after last year, it's tough.
Broncos, maybe?
Ravens and Bills are both plus 500 to win the AFC. Chiefs are plus 750. Chargers are 750. Patriots are 750. Houston's plus 950. I guess that kind of makes sense.
Where are the Bengals at? Like plus 1,200?
Yeah, let me check. They got to be probably right below.
Yeah.
Plus 1025. So they're right below Houston. Yeah.
Wait, where are the Broncos at?
They're tied with the Bengals. They're both plus 1025. So.
Wow. They're right there last year.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
they just saw that. They saw the picture of Bo Nix's leg, and they're like, "I'm out."
Well, they traded for Jalen Waddle, which was big, but they did nothing other than trade for Jalen Waddle. Like they didn't make a single. They were the only team that didn't sign an outside free agent in the offseason.
Yeah, but they had one of the best defenses in the league, and their biggest. They didn't really have many pass catchers. So
yeah, they lost John Franklin Myers though, which will hurt a little bit. But yeah, I think Jalen Waddle was a big. I think he'll fit in well with what Denver does. I think it's probably still a Bo Nix thing. If I had to guess, still not the belief in Bo Nix in the offense. But yeah, you're right. Defense, unbelievable. But yeah, it's interesting. So before we move on to NBA, how do you feel about the AJ Brown trade, getting a first round in 2028?
I think getting a first round in general was a win.
Big,
because there's a lot of some. You sent me something about. They're expecting a first and a second. I don't understand that. That's way too much.
I never.
But there was a lot of talk about just a second, and I'm glad they got a first and a fifth for it. So in 2 years, fine. Like they just have basically more assets to mess around with if they want to go all in on something, or if something were to happen. But I mean, people are like, you were quick. You were quick on the NFC is Seahawks and Rams to lose, and the Eagles won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. They had a down year last year, and they still won their division, and had a weird thing with the OC, and it's just interesting how there can be that much drama and still have that much success. And now we kind of get rid of some of the drama, and they're still kind of counted out, So I'm not really worried about it.
It is weird. It is. So the Eagles are third at plus 770 for the NFC, to win the NFC. So it is Rams, Seahawks. Rams plus 330, Seahawks plus 570. But no, you're right. It is weird. Like the Eagles just seem to have this like cloud that follows them around, even when they make trades. Like, I don't know if it's the Jalen Hurts thing. It's just like, it's just a weird.
I just think it's because it's Philly, and
the
media kind of. It's kind of like basketball too with OKC. Like they were like this young, like darling of the league kind of team, and then all of a sudden, a few clips came out, and people just started freaking out about flopping, and now everyone fucking hates them. And I'm not kidding. In 2 or 3 years, people are gonna hate the Spurs.
For sure. I mean, that's how it goes.
Yeah, that's just how it is. Like whoever, it's like the Chiefs. Like the Chiefs are gonna be, this new iteration of their team, and people are going to not hate them as much this year until they win again, and then they're going to hate them again. I know you will always have that hate in your heart for them, but like I'm talking about like the regular people of the world. But that's just like if you get good, people just hate on you, and then there's like this big cloud that follows you if you're not successful, even though they won. And it's really hard to win again.
Yes. No, it is. It is. And that's I actually think you're right. Kind of what you said earlier about when you go back to the trade specifically, like getting a 2028 first is great. You get a first round pick. The Eagles are at a point where they're one of the few teams that can afford that because they're built so well. So it's like, that's the way I think about it is, hey, they're okay waiting for the first, whereas other teams want, like when you're trading away a player of AJ Brown's caliber, you're typically wanting picks right away because you want to recoup and you want to build your team up as quickly as possible. But the Eagles are kind of already there. Obviously, you can always use more picks and to be better. But for them, it was probably, I'd rather get a first rounder in 2028 because that'll be more valuable in 2 years than a second rounder will be next year. Even though like on the trade scale, they're about the same. They're okay waiting. Like they can wait for that first round pick. They don't need it. Or to your point, you use it next year. Like, hey, we need to, if a lot of people are talking about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts isn't the guy. It's a big quarterback draft next year. We take that first in 2028 and use it to trade up next year to get a quarterback we want or something like that. So I do think it's a big asset.
I just don't think like how is it such a steep drop off? The guy just won a Super Bowl.
I know. And that's like a dramatic, like,
but people are talking about that.
Scenario.
Like,
I know people are talking about that. Yeah.
But then again, right before he won the Super Bowl, people were like, "Oh, look how cool Jalen Hurts is. He's all in all these commercials. Good looking guy, very even keeled." And now, the next year it was, dude, this guy acts like he doesn't even care. He does not play. He's not playing good. He sucks. They need to get rid of him. He's the problem. It's like just one. In like. He has had 3 different OCs in the last 3 years. Like I just, for me, I'm just like, does no one do any critical thinking? I understand I'm critical of him. I've always been critical of him, but
yes, you have.
But I'm always back to like, but he won a Super Bowl, man, and he was a Super Bowl MVP. Like, what are we talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is very strange. Like, and he's not, and I don't think he's a top, 8, 9 quarterback in the NFL. Like, I don't.
He's
I think
the ceiling top 7. He stands around 10 to 12.
Yeah, I think that's right.
With a floor of 15.
Yeah, I think that's right, which is good. And with a team like the Eagles, you can win a Super Bowl that way. And I think that's
where's Sam Darnold? Sam Darnold's literally the same guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you put him on a good team. And
he's not top 7, but he has a ceiling to be.
I agree. But no, my point is like, I think something happened last year because that hit piece came out like whatever it was 2 months ago for the Eagles and Jalen Hurts specifically. Like they wrote this whole article on how like
I'm
not getting along with coaches.
The media just turns on you. Like once you find any success, that's why like when you hear about like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Shaq, guys who won 3 in a row, like Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, people who've won multiple times.
Yeah, through dynasties. Yeah.
Yeah, because like that's why like you have to like respect that. Yeah. And you can throw LeBron in there, obviously. Like, come on. I'm not gonna be disrespectful. But like the guy, like Jordan had 2 3-peats, Kobe had 1, Shaq, and then like Tim Duncan and the Spurs all that time. But it's just like the bullshit kind of comes with it. Yep. And if you can deal with it, great. But it's going to come, and people are going to hate you. Like, we weren't around, we were around, but, like, we weren't conscious of everything happening in, like, 1996,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sure a lot of people fucking hated Michael Jordan.
Oh, I'm sure. But it's also, like, shows, like you said, social media is grown. Like, it just amplifies everything.
Well, it happened in the early 2000s as well to a bunch of athletes, and people either stay there or they fall off. That's usually how it just works. But once you find success, people hate you, and that's why when I bring that up, and we can just go straight to the NBA, people really hate OKC, huh?
Yeah, they do.
Man,
they really do.
I'm glad they lost because I'm tired of people complaining. My God, it's just like complain. That whole series was just all complaining about OKC, and I understand.
Dude, some of them were tough to watch. Some of them were tough.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying they don't flop. I'm not saying that SGA doesn't do that. But I've sent you multiple clips. Okay, So people want to talk about all the free throws that SGA shoots. I sent you this stat. In 2006, when Dwayne Wade was in the finals, they played 6 games against the Mavericks. Dwayne Wade shot 96 free throws.
It's a lot of free throws.
He had 21 in a game.
Yeah.
And then you hear like Candace Parker like say to Dwayne Wade on the game call, and you're like, oh, don't you wish you had this whistle? And he just like laughs it off. And it's like, yeah, he had it.
Yeah.
Then I send you stuff that like Kobe did. Like I'm the biggest Kobe guy ever, but him and SGA play the same.
Yeah.
They play the same. It's crazy. But SGA is so good, and I understand. I get it. People complain, but like before he won a championship, people were not talking about SGA like this. It's insane. I've seen him play. When I lived in LA, I went to a bunch of Clippers games and saw him play live. I always thought he was like, oh, this guy is pretty good. And then they traded him in that Paul George trade, and then he had a year with Chris Paul, and Chris Paul made him even better. And now he's back-to-back MVP, and just gets knocked out by the craziest athlete I've ever seen in my life in Wemby, who just makes half-court shots and multiple three-pointers at 7'6", and it's just insane.
I think I talked about this on a pod earlier this year or even last year. I always forget he's a part of the Paul George trade. Like I just always forget that it wasn't a throw-in, but it was so many picks, right?
Yeah.
And then it was SGA, and SGA was a player at that point when that trade happened.
He was a pretty good player.
Yeah, he was a pretty good player, but like it almost was like you were just focusing on the picks that were part of that trade, and not SGA. And it's just crazy to how that turned out. And now,
could you imagine if SGA and Kawhi were on the same team?
Yeah, nuts. Now he's back-to-back MVP. He's
NBA champion.
And NBA champion. Was he Finals MVP? He was Finals MVP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. So it's just crazy when you brought that up again. Fuck, I always forget about that. But yeah, Wemby is, like, to your point, Wemby's a freak. Spurs.
Their team is awesome.
Spurs are kind of fun, man. They're just fun. Yeah, they're just fun to watch.
But I'm going to tell you this again. They're the same exact team as OKC.
From last year? Or just in general?
They're just like, they just have a bunch of the same guys. Like Stephon Castle, Vassell, Champagny, Keldon Johnson.
Man.
Yeah, Castle's awesome.
Yeah,
but then at OKC you have like Lou Dort, what's his name? Jalen Williams, Kason Wallace, Alex Caruso. They're all like just the bulldogs that come in and just do all the dirty work. And they have the tall, lanky guy in Chet who matches up with Wemby, which those talks can stop now because
was there ever actually talks of
there
when they were like going through the draft process and stuff, right? But not since they've been in the NBA.
Well, I mean, Wemby obviously had a higher ceiling, but Chet was third team All NBA, was an All-Star this year. You know, he was a good player. I mean, you only shoot the ball twice in a game 7, and you're just falling down and you're scared to shoot.
Those
2 rebounds.
Tough. It's tough to bounce back from.
I mean, what a brutal summer that guy's about to have.
Yes. You think if Jalen Williams plays, it's a different game?
Yeah, Jalen Williams and AJ Mitchell.
No, that's right.
Yeah, they're two. I mean, like SGA had an unbelievable game. And
I felt bad for him, man.
Yeah.
I felt bad for him when they kept showing him at the end of the game, like when you were watching towards the end. And then he's like, he's trying to do everything he can. He had a great game. And then he misses a 3 or something. And they just pan to him. And he's like shaking his head because he's like, I don't know what else I can do. He's just like, I left it all on the court. I played an unbelievable game. I can't make every single shot. I'm the guy who's out here trying to create every single point. And like, it was kind of tough. It was kind of tough to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, but people love to see that right now because SGA is like the new fun thing to hate on. But
I did want the Spurs to win, though. I did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad people are done complaining. I like SGA. Mm-hmm. I get why you don't. But it's gonna be a cool finals because this is a rematch of the last time the Knicks were in the finals. 27 years ago.
It's actually funny when you say the Knicks because I feel like I haven't watched them play in a month.
Oh, it's been forever.
Like,
It's been forever.
how many games did they win? They won. Did they?
11.
They won 11, right?
They were down 0-2 against the Hawks.
Right, and then they.
And they basically won. They won 4 in a row there. They sweep the Sixers and they sweep the Cavs. And the Cavs didn't have a chance.
Yeah, they won 12 in a row. Yeah,
is that 12?
Yeah, it's 12.
Or were they down 2-1? I don't know.
I thought it was 12 in a row. I'm pretty sure it was 12 in a row that they won.
Damn.
Look it up. Which is crazy. I think it was an NBA record for most consecutive playoff wins.
I just don't know. I just don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know. Like, you think the Spurs are going to win?
I do think the Spurs are going to win. I do. I kind of like my whole mindset was whoever comes out of the West is going to win.
Yeah,
I just think the West is loaded. Like we've talked about it. Like the West is loaded. Those are the two best teams in the NBA, the Spurs and the Thunder. Cavs, yeah. I mean, Cavs didn't stand a chance against the Knicks. Like they never did.
I mean, they're up 22 going in the fourth quarter.
Game one.
And just blew it.
I fell asleep during that game. I placed a bet at halftime. I fell asleep. Like, I turned it off because I placed a bet at halftime when it was a close game. I put on the Knicks, and I woke up. So I turned it off and went to bed. I woke up, and I saw that there was like an 12-point game with like 3 minutes left. I was like, oh, there's a chance. And then they came back and won in overtime. It was one of the craziest games. I'm so glad I woke up and watched the end of that game because that game was freaking insane. And they ended up winning by like 11 in overtime. It's nuts. Oh, it's fucking nuts. Yeah, they won by 11, 115 to 104 after being down 22 going into the fourth.
That's insane.
Fucking crazy.
I mean, the ultimate cold streak. That's especially with guys like Harden, Mitchell, Mobley. Can't get a bucket to go. Then they just didn't. I mean, they didn't even put up a fight. And then like the fourth game, it literally looks like they gave up. Like Shaq and Chuck and Kenny at halftime were literally making fun of them. They're like, "What the hell is this?"
I thought they were going to steal game 4 because I feel like you see that all the time. Like a team goes up 3-0, it's over. Everyone knows it's over, but home team plays well. Like if you're on the, like, typically it feels like the home team at that point is down 3-0 because they're typically the worst seed, whatever. Home team, let's get a win, let's get it to 3-1, and then it's a blowout in game 5. So I was kind of anticipating a Cleveland win in that game 4, but man, that game was not close at any point whatsoever. It's
tough because James Harden, he's just like one of those guys where like when the going gets tough, he just doesn't want to do it. And
I heard they want to keep him in Cleveland. Did I see that? I feel
2
like
more years.
Oh God, it's just not a fit. It just is not. It's such a weird, like seeing him in a Cavs uniform.
It's so weird.
It's so weird.
When you think of James Harden, where do you think he's at?
I mean, at this point, I think of him as on the Clippers, but Houston. I mean, I guess is what you like. Yeah. If you go back and think about Houston,
it was like prime, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Who do you think about?
Man, part of me wants to say OKC, but like he wasn't even that good.
OKC. Yeah,
but then
I think the OKC is the what could have been. Like that's what you think about what could have been when he was on OKC. Not, but like I don't picture him in an OKC jersey when I think about Harden.
Yeah, I guess I would say Houston. I mean, I have like weird memories of him with the 76ers, but
gosh, I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah. I mean, he went OKC, Houston, Brooklyn, 76ers, Clippers, Cavs.
Yeah.
For a guy who's an ex MVP and he's going to be a Hall of Famer,
it is true. He's bounced around a lot.
He's bounced around.
It's weird.
But I guess that's kind of like what the NBA does now, but you kind of have to with how like the like all these like weird apron things that they have now. Like it's really tough to keep a team together.
Yeah, with like
OKC
stuff they do.
OKC is going to have to get rid of a few guys this year. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to trade for Giannis. So I get Chet out of here. We need.
How many years did he play on the Clippers?
I think 2 or 3. 2
or 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, Thunder.
I think so.
Or not Thunder.
But yeah.
Houston is another big one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they almost beat the Kevin Durant and Steph Curry Warriors. Went to Game 7. They missed. I think they went for like 7. No, they went like 4 for 37 from 3 in Game 7.
Because he's never won a championship, right?
No, never been to the finals.
He needs to win a championship.
How about this though? The year after Chris Paul leaves OKC, they go to the finals.
Okay.
I think is the year after. And then the year after he leaves the Spurs, they go to the finals.
That is crazy.
And he's never won a championship.
Yeah, that is crazy. It is crazy that Chris Paul's never won a championship.
And he was up 2-0 against Giannis and the Bucks in the finals and lost.
God, it sucks.
It really does, man.
It sucks.
It's brutal.
He's one of those guys you think of, too, that, like, oh, he's had to have won at this point in his career. Fuck. Feel bad for him.
A lot of people haven't, man.
No, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to do. You have to hit the, and that's why I think Wemby was so emotional. I know a lot of people giving him shit, but you never know what's going to happen again.
Why? I don't understand why people complain about some stuff, man.
I was confused, man. I was like, the dude's just like happy. He's, what is he, 20 years old?
21, 22?
21? Yeah, like early 20s. Like, he's worked his whole, like, I know it's like a lot of people are like, yeah, he's only 20, he's got plenty of time left, but like, you know, I mean, he cares, at least. I'd rather have a guy who cares than not care.
And also, you just went 7 games against the best team in the league. People are calling a dynasty. And, you know, it's really annoying to play that team.
Correct. So, and they won the last 2 games to get there. Like, I think a lot of people counted them out once they went down 3-2. I just thought it was funny. I was just like, I saw a lot of people giving him shit. And again, I think it goes back to the whole media thing where it's like people are just like need to find something to.
There's always something to complain about, man. Always something.
I didn't see all of it. Like I just saw some of the clips and I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Were people like upset that he was trying to he was faking his happiness and his excitement? Is that what the deal was?
I don't know. I didn't see anyone complaining. You just told me about it and I was like, oh, it's probably because he cried.
I saw people complaining about it or just like thinking it was fake.
The issue is people compare. Well, people compare to the like Kobe, like job not finished kind of thing, or you know, that whole narrative. And you know, everyone's their own guy. Like there are guys who are gonna cry of happiness, and I think, and you know, it's a lot of the people eating chips on the couch talking about this, or someone who's never done anything athletic, or someone who like didn't make it there, which is all fine, but what a weird thing to complain about.
I know, right? I completely agree. So what do you think? What are your thoughts? NBA Finals. I know we didn't really talk Knicks much, but I mean, it's been so long since they played. I kind of forgot about. There wasn't much to talk about in that series, really.
I'm trying to think who I want to win because I think the Knicks. First of all, I think the Knicks being in the finals is going to be awesome because it's New York. When New York teams are good, it's usually fun.
Yep.
Only because the media makes it more of a thing, and the media drives all this shit. I mean, we're talking about all these narratives right now, but I don't want them to win. I don't want New York to win.
It's not a Knicks thing; it's a New York thing.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think of a good reason why I don't want them to win. And I think the reason is like they kind of already have it all. Like it's they're already in the biggest city.
Yeah. They've kind of gone through it as a sports town though. Like
have they?
Kind of like recently.
What do you mean the Yankees, Giants? They're successful.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
They have a million teams.
But it's been like, when was the last time they won? The Giants won in what, 2007?
2011.
Was it 2011? Was that the second one?
Yeah, wherever the second one. I guess that is kind of a long time ago.
It's been 15 years.
That's crazy. But there's something about but the Rangers won in like 2015.
Yeah. Right? Okay. So so the Giants won the 2011 season. Super Bowl was in 2012, and then 2008 when they beat the when they beat the Patriots, the undefeated Patriots season.
Yeah, I guess part of I think the fun of it is seeing them like complain.
Well, and I think maybe for us is because we grew up with them winning a lot. Like we grew up when the Yankees were like Derek Jeter's Yankees, and obviously the
Giants,
not Peyton, Eli Manning, and the Giants winning 2 Super Bowls. Like maybe that's why in our heads,
New York Rangers.
But like the Spurs have won
a lot.
So like that's the other side of it is like the Spurs have also won a lot. So
I know, but it's kind of cool. The Spurs, they're a small market, like,
and they're so bad.
Do you know? Yeah, I mean their whole core got retired. Their whole core retired.
Correct. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I think let's see. I'm just trying to think.
I'm in the same boat as you though. Like I think I want the Spurs to win. Like my initial thought is I want the Spurs to win just because I think it'd be cool to see Wemby win. But I think he's gonna have a lot of chances to win. I like Jalen Brunson too though. Like I think
Jalen Brunson.
I think Jalen Brunson's awesome. Like I think
what about Miles McBride, Mueller guy?
Yeah, true Mueller guy. He's a Mueller guy. Yeah.
I like Josh Hart.
Yeah.
Josh Hart's cool. I do like some of the players. I kind of like the Villanova thing.
I think it's cool that Brunson took like whatever it was, $120 million less than he could have to build up some of that team. And I know some of that's like not real, but I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool story that they made in the finals.
Isn't it crazy that Brunson and Luka both made a finals, but separate?
Yeah, that is actually kind of funny. They're
both not on the Mavs.
Looking back on it, yeah, like I remember when Brunson left the Mavs and he got the big contract with the Knicks. Like, I know he wasn't the player he was now, but it's crazy to think about that they just let him walk.
Yeah. Now I'm starting to think, just because of the players on the team, I want the Knicks to win. I don't know who I want to win.
I like Castle and I like Wemby.
Yeah.
But
Dylan Harper, freak.
Dylan Harper.
He's a rookie. Like, could you imagine walking in that situation? Holy shit. Yeah. They had the second pick in the draft this past year. That's
crazy.
Insane.
That's why it's cool. I think that's why the Spurs are fun, is because like the Knicks have been good the last like 3 or 4 years. But the Spurs, man, picking what they picked 1 2 years ago and 2 last year.
1 3 years ago for Wemby, and then 3 with Castle. I think there are 3 or 4, and then
2 last year.
2 last year. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
it's sick. I mean, talk about hitting on 3 draft picks.
Yeah, maybe it's Karl Anthony Towns is why I don't want the Knicks to win.
That was good. Yeah.
That's probably it. I think the Spurs are going to win in 6 games.
6? I like that. I hope it goes to 7, but I think you're right. I think 6 is the sweet spot.
What are the odds?
Who do you think? Like, how do you think? Who matches up with Wemby?
I think they're going to throw a bunch of different people at him. I think Josh Hart is going to be on him a lot. I think Mitchell Robinson, when he's in the game, he's going to be on him a lot. Just the tough thing is, like, he spreads the floor. So, like, if Mitchell Robinson's in the game, Wemby's going to be on the perimeter. So it's going to either pull him out or there's going to be a smaller guy on Wemby.
Which is also
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that makes sense.
Karl Anthony Towns isn't a good defender. But, I mean, and he commits a lot of dumb fouls, and I think Wemby will feast on that. But on the other end of the floor, I think Wemby will guard Cat, but Cat is like one of the best big men shooters ever. So he'll bring Wemby out of the paint, so they'll be able to drive easier. It's a good matchup. It's a really good matchup.
It will. I think it will be a good matchup.
Yeah. But I think the Spurs in 6, tentatively. Plus, they don't have to go to, like, the Spurs have home court.
Mm-hmm.
That helps. Spurs in 6. Do you know the odds on that?
I want to see if I can find it.
It's got to be on like DraftKings or.
Yeah. So Spurs are minus 205 to just win. Let's see if I can find it in the game. like what game they're in. See if I can find it. Playoffs. Let's see. Futures. I don't think I can find the actual like.
It's
series specials. Here we go. No, it just says finals winner. Yeah, I can't find it.
Are you on DraftKings?
I'm on DraftKings, yeah.
Damn.
I think Spurs in 6 would be a good call.
Obviously, everyone wants 7 games, but
here we go. Total games. It just so you can all I can do is over 5.5. So if you do over 5.5, which is minus 170,
wow,
and parlay it with the Spurs at minus 205. I think that's the only thing you can do. It doesn't give me the odds, but that's the only thing I can think of that would be. So they think it's going to go to, which I guess makes sense. 5 games for an NBA Finals. You would assume it's going to go more than 5.5 games.
Yeah, especially with how well the Knicks have been playing. I mean,
they haven't played in a month.
They're just steamrolling teams.
They're so rested.
Do you think that's going to be helpful, or do you think it's going to hurt?
I always think about that, like from a college football standpoint. You got it. Where'd you get it at?
Spurs to win 4-2 is plus 475.
Oh, I kind of like that.
I like that a lot.
What's 7?
Plus 325.
Yeah, I like that. I like the. What about 5?
Knicks to win in 7 games is plus 700. Spurs to win in 5 games is plus 350.
550. I think I like Spurs in 6.
I like that too. I like that a lot. Damn. All right, I might place that right now. Yeah. Do you watch hockey? You watching hockey?
I do. I watched a little bit of it. I didn't watch it. I've had a busy few weeks, so I haven't watched much of it. I watched a lot of the NBA though.
You really have.
Not as much as I probably typically would.
Do you think the Hurricanes or the Golden Knights?
Hurricanes.
Yeah, I think so too. Even though the Knights just swept fucking the Avs, I thought the Avalanche were gonna.
I think we talked about it in the last pod that you thought the Avalanche would win the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, they just killed them. Like it wasn't even close.
Yeah,
wasn't even close. I know there were some injuries, but like it shouldn't be like that. That was insane. Mm-hmm. Like that made me rethink everything.
It was.
I think the Hurricanes are going to win, but man, let's see what the odds are. Hold on, really quick. The Hurricanes are minus 155 to win the series.
I'm assuming they have series in 6 again.
They have, yeah, okay. So Hurricanes to win in 6 is plus 450. I might just do both of those.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I kind of like both of those.
Yeah. All right. Got anything else?
No, I think that's it. That's the big news. I mean, we're getting to that time of year where like in a couple weeks, it's just going to feel like baseball. I guess we got World Cup coming up, which will be fun.
Oh yeah.
We do have World Cup coming up, which will be fun. Starts in what? 5 days? June 6th?
That was June 11th.
Is it June 11th? You're probably right. I'm probably wrong. I think you're probably right. June 11th. I don't know why this is sticking out of my head. Fucking saying shit. But yeah, I think that'll be fun. But then after that, it's just baseball. So we'll go through a little bit of a month and a half there of not a lot going on. When's the U.S. Open?
Father's Day weekend.
Is it Father's Day weekend? Okay, so it's in like 2 weeks.
It's always in Father's Day weekend. I don't even know when that is.
I think it's
21st.
Yeah, 21st. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Wow. So
that'll come up. So we got a lot coming up like in the next 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah. and then it's dead.
Then it's nothing.
Baseball. By the way, 100 days till NFL season. How excited are you?
I'm pumped. So I was actually thinking about it today because all the trades going on. I was like, all right, it's going to be July soon. And then you're only a month away from preseason. And then you're only a month away from regular season. I was like, oh, we're almost there. We're basically there.
It's going to be July soon.
It's June 1st.
July is like the worst. July is like the worst with sports because I basically just like, I'm like, all right, the home run derby is usually around July 12th. So that's what I'm looking forward to in sports. And then I guess like the British Open.
British Open would be good. But yeah, then then you just kind of wait on football season. That's how it goes every single year.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, 100 days, Brian. That feels
100
like
days.
Forever.
It does feel like forever. But if you think about it, it's been more than 100 days since the Super Bowl, I think. I don't know that for a fact, but I think it has.
Probably pretty close.
Let's see. February to March, March to April, April to May.
Yep.
Yeah, May to June. Yeah.
About 100.
We're already basically there.
Tomorrow's June 2nd, and then next thing you know, it's September 2nd.
Correct. Exactly. That's how it works in my brain. Just got to get to July. Oh, a month till preseason games start. Awesome. And then it's basically the season. So that's a weird way to think about it, but
that's hilarious. All right. Follow us at Traveling Athlete Pod on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, and at Athlete Pod on X.
What?
You just rambling. Sorry. Anything else, Brian?
No, that's it. I'm good. I'm good.
All right. We'll be back next week for a World Cup preview. How about that?
Sure. I think it's going to have to be a Sunday episode. So.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Oh, shit. We got to do it again, dude. Let the lens cap out.